Let's do it. Syrian man Fawaz Najem killed in 8-man brawl in Gozo. 208 illegal hunting incidents have been reported this spring season, and we're taking a first look at the new Ridley Scott film, Napoleon. All this and more on Lovin Daily. Good evening, Malta and Gozo. Welcome to another edition of Lovin Daily. I am Johnathan, Cilia, joined by Darmanin, Demajo. Today, I do hope you had a lovely weekend and enjoyed the beautiful weather that finally came out after some weeks of rain and wind. We've got some big stories to jump into today, and we've got a very special guest in the building, Maxine Pace, here to talk to us about her new single, Lilai, so stay tuned for that. But before that, let's jump into today's top story, a bit of a tragic story coming from the sister island. A Syrian man was killed attempting to stop an 8-man brawl inside a Johnathan apartment. A bit of a tragic story coming out from over the weekend. So this is 25-year-old Fawaz Najem, who lived in Nador in Gozo, and apparently on Saturday an incident happened that had been escalating from the morning. So apparently in the morning at a bar in Marsa Al-Forn, two groups of men had been fighting and arguing with each other. Apparently some coffee was also thrown between the two groups of men. This argument kept on escalating till about 9 p.m. in a flat in Tri Ilwid, Marsa Al-Forn, where eventually the groups of men actually started fighting with each other, got to blows. During this, plates were smashed, chairs were broken, and unfortunately, Fawaz Najem was stabbed. Apparently, he had a very gruesome head injury. He was taken to the Gozo General Hospital by his friends, actually. So they didn't actually call up the police. He was actually taken himself by his friends, and he was in a very bad state. He was unconscious, and he died shortly afterwards. Obviously, this is still very new. This happened just on Saturday evening. Police are still investigating. 3 other men were also hospitalized, and those 3 men, along with 1 other man, a 4th man, have all been arrested and are currently being interrogated in Floriana's police depot. So a bit of a horror story coming from Gozo. This is the 2nd alleged murder that happened on the sister island this year, after the murder of Rita Elul and a clean mother earlier this year.
You know, John, this is a very sad story. I hate waking up to this sort of news on any day. I feel that this year has just been a relentless slew of deaths, accidents, motorcycle accidents. I just feel it's been one after the other. With my deepest condolences to this man's family. We're really sorry he got caught in the crossfire, and I hope that this issue gets resolved somehow soon. BirdLife Malta has released a press statement describing the spring hunting season of 2022 as a massacre. BirdLife recorded 208 illegalities in the 20-day hunting season window between the 10th and the 30th of April. During the same period, BirdLife Malta recovered 18 shot birds belonging to 15 protected species, whilst the Environmental Protection Unit, the EPU, which is manned by the police, retrieved a further 16 illegal hunting casualties. Now, the truth is that these numbers of birds only represent a fraction of the illegal killings that take place. Obviously, these are the ones that the hunters are not able to retrieve themselves. They leave them on the ground, and this is what gives us a bit of an indication of the species that are being shot at and the level of illegality that is taking place. These birds are being shot down during the spring migration as they cross over from Europe. BirdLife Malta believes that they are used for stuffing and taxidermy-related practices, and there's clearly a blatant lack of control during the hunting season for protected species. Even the birds that are controlled by a quota, like turtle doves and common quail, were exceeded, no doubt, the BirdLife Malta has said, and that this situation warrants a deeper, maybe closer inspection by the European Union.
You know, I think if you look at the list of species, you know, the birds of prey, we have marsh harriers, common kestrels, red-footed falcons, ospreys, nightjars, bee-eaters. The list goes on and on and on. I think, you know, there is an argument to be made to allow some form of hunting in Malta, but I think when you have hundreds of illegalities in just 20 days, that is, you know, it's very noteworthy. And I think when you have a discussion about the future of hunting in Malta, whether it should be legal or illegal or whether it should be restricted, I think the fact that many hunters still break the law so easily is very telling. telling. I do hope that the FKNK, as well as the San Umberto hunters, kind of step forward in this. They seek out those who are breaking the law, because I think it's in their best interest as well to make sure that hunters abide by the rules. Moving on to the next story, a bit of a positive story for film lovers out there, film buffs as well. We've just released the first glimpse of Ridley Scott's new massive historical blockbuster, Napoleon. If you're not aware, Ridley Scott is currently in Malta, as well as stars like Joaquin Phoenix, who is playing the titular role of Napoleon. Mdina has actually been transformed into Paris with new pavement on the floor. Store signs have been changed to Paris. In French store signs, there's French flags everywhere. A ship, a French galleon, was spotted in the sea off of Smart City earlier today. And on Friday night, outside Birgu, an explosive action scene was actually filmed. You can find exclusive footage of it on lovinmalta.com, and footage that was sent to us from a Marine officer who's in the vicinity, who snapped some videos, and the footage is pretty impressive. You know, you've got explosions left, right, and center as people dressed up in what seems to be French military garb are running across the set. Very exciting. If you're excited about this film in Malta, if you're a fan of Ridley Scott, or in fact history and Napoleon, definitely check out the footage on lovinmalta.com.
I think, yeah, as you're saying, whether if you're a fan of Ridley Scott or not, just the historical aspect so close to our island is obviously something that definitely gets me to want to watch the movie. Joaquin Phoenix was in Malta many years ago filming Gladiator. I had served him at a restaurant where I worked
really?
at the time, hoping I'm bumping into him again, remember me? So yes, but really looking forward to this movie. Moving on to another optimistic prediction for Malta for this summer, John, the Deputy CEO of the MTA, Carlo Micallef, has said that Malta is expecting 1.8 million tourists to visit this year. This would bring the tourism sector back to pre-pandemic levels, even though we had a drop of 400,000 visitors in the first 4 months of this year. They are very optimistic that things are going to turn around over the next few months. Finally, we've started to lift most of our COVID-19 restrictions, which makes Malta a more desirable destination for people considering coming here. You obviously look at the restrictions and how easily you can and freely you can move around a country, so that's definitely worked in our favour. While we do still require a vaccine certificate or a negative PCR to fly into the island, this could possibly change over the next few months, as the CEO of the Malta International Airport has said this makes Malta less competitive when compared to other countries. So hopefully, in the interest of boosting the tourism sector, these restrictions will also be lifted.
I'm quite hopeful for this. Just over the last weekend, I went to Mdina and it was slammed with tourists. And I hadn't seen that many tourists in Mdina, the silent city, in years. So I have a feeling that once, we're finally getting rid of all the stalls and all the checks at the airport vis-a-vis COVID, I have a feeling things will pick up very, very quickly. I think very soon we'll be complaining about the amount of tourists we have in the streets of Valletta.
Taking up all the space.
There you go. Moving on to the final story of the first half of today's episode, a very, very positive story coming out of Cilia. Victory Kitchen, if you're not aware of what Victory Kitchen is, it was an initiative set up at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic to raise funds and get food for families in need. It was organized by Briou chef Rafael Samut, who has been doing some incredible work over the last few years in feeding vulnerable families. And he teamed up with another one of the founders, Andrew Arrigo, to do quite a crazy thing over the weekend, swimming 24 hours straight in laps in a swimming pool to raise money for a very vulnerable pair of brothers who are battling a disease. So they raised 65,000 euros, Rafael and Andrew did. They swam for 12 hours each. So they split it, the 24 hours into 12 hours each, doing 12 hours straight each. They were joined by about 70 other swimmers who joined in, just to kind of show them, like, we're here in solidarity with you. They raised 65,000 euros for brothers Len and Jacob, who are suffering from a rare condition with no cure. So this is kind of the stuff that we would like to see in Malta, when people are chilling out or having a barbecue or whatever. Some people are literally going toe-to-toe, swimming for 12 hours straight, 24 hours straight to raise money. So well done to you guys for doing this good initiative.
Absolutely. Total legends. I mean, the whole initiative in general, Victory Kitchen, didn't just raise funds to feed families. They actually got their hands dirty, worked in the kitchen and prepared the meals for the people in need. So well done to you guys. Always an inspiration and really top job to you.
And I think that brings us to the end of the first part of today's episode. We're going to cut to a quick video, and when we're back, we're going to have Maxine Pace in the building. Stay tuned. And we're back on Lovin Daily. Today we've got special guest Maxine Pace in the building to talk about her latest single, Lilai. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Lilai, you just released it, a banger of a track, very
Thank
energetic beat, great vocals. The video was very eye-catching as well. So for people who might not have seen the video or the song, kind of, what was the idea behind Lilai?
So basically we got into the studio, me and Mushu and Cyprian, and we just wanted to create something fun. And after the release of my EP, which was a bit stressful because, you know, it's my first EP and I was a bit anxious about how it was going to, you know, I just wanted to go into the studio and create something fun, and Lilai came out actually. And then a mutual friend of, well, basically Stephen Levi, I work with him for all of my music videos and all of my performances. He had a friend which was a choreographer, Michelle Psian, who is very known to work with many artists and dance for many artists. And he's like, oh my God, the song, him,
Oh, wow.
it would be
Nice.
perfect if we just do something together and create a music video that's a bit different. And he got me to dance, and we had a whole week of dancing, a full-on like workshop of me getting me to dance and move, and we got foreign dancers as
Wow.
well for the music video, and it was amazing. So.
No, your choreographer has worked with everyone from Justin Bieber to Cardi B. He even did Jennifer Lopez's Super Bowl show. So
Yes, he actually went a week after we filmed. So
Wow.
not with Jennifer Lopez, I think he danced this year, but with Mary J. Blige and Snoop Dogg.
Amazing.
Yes.
So are you a big dancer? Kind of, was it a challenge for you to take on the
It
choreo?
was a challenge because I'm not really, I never had dancing lessons before. To be fair, this year I started meeting my friend Didi, and we started doing some
Okay.
dancing just to get me into
Yeah.
the field before he comes, because obviously I knew it was going to be a full-on week of full-on rehearsals and it was going to be very difficult, but yes, the video is done.
Yeah, no, and well done on it. So what's
Thank
the
you.
reaction been from the public? Kind of, I think a lot of people might be used to getting maybe ballads, more emotional tracks from
Yes,
you.
yes.
You know, you had performed at the Love and Malta Music Awards in 2019.
Yes, with Thunder.
Brilliant performance.
Thank you.
So people might be more used to maybe that kind of side to you.
Yes,
So this
yes.
one's much more energetic kind of. So what's the reaction to it?
Very good, very good. Obviously, my last release was a collaboration with 3 amazing girls, so I can't really compare it to that. But all of my releases so far have been like amazing experiences. Every time I try to do something different to show my like how different I could be and how different my music could. What type of music I could do. Yes, but I really enjoyed it. So.
So is there a genre maybe you're looking at next for your next release? Kind of like, did you go in thinking, okay, I want something maybe is a bit more clubby or something that, you know, people can dance to? Is there something you're looking at for your next project?
I'm open to various ideas. Obviously, now I'd like to work on another album or EP in the future, so I want to experiment a bit with different genres and see what suits me best and what I'm really into. My music taste changes along the years, so even when I was writing this EP, I had been working on it for 4 years, so even my music taste had changed, and I had redid songs, rewrote songs, and then there are many songs that we didn't use in the EP. So
imagine.
along the years, as in the style of music taste changes. Obviously.
Are there any
So
Maltese artists that you want to maybe collab with?
there are many Maltese artists I'd like to collaborate with. But hopefully in the future, as in one of my dreams came true last year when I collaborated with Destiny, Michaela and Gaia. So
Amazing.
there've always been girls who inspired me, and we're friends before. So it was a very nice experience. But yes, there are many artists I'd like to collaborate with.
And obviously it's Eurovision week this week, right?
Yes.
Very big week. So a lot of people have been talking about Emma Muscat, I Am What I Am. What do you think of the song? What do you think of the performance? How do you think we're going to do at the Eurovision?
I really admire Emma Muscat, obviously. I've known her before she went on Amisha, so I really wish her really big good luck, and I'm so proud of how she has got her career to the next level. Yes, I like the song. The performance, I haven't seen much of it, to be honest. I've only seen a small snippet. The dress is beautiful. She looks amazing. So big good luck to Emma from here.
So what's next for Maxine Pace? You know, is there a timeline on a EP or album? Is there another single maybe you're working on? Performances maybe?
To be honest, right now I'm doing my master's, so I'm kind of taking a bit of a slow down with my music because I need to finish my master's in September, so hopefully they'll all be done. But yes, I want to work on new music. I want to write a new album or EP very, very soon. So yes, I'll still be working, but obviously I don't have a timeline just for this year, just so that I can focus on my studies and get it over and done with, so that I can now focus on music once and for all.
Finally, where can people find you? What should they type in exactly, and which platforms?
So I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and TikTok now. I'm trying to do some TikTok.
Nice.
I'm trying to.
You have a bit of a challenge going on right now.
Yes. The Lilai challenge, the small dance from the whole dance from the music video, choreographed by Michelle. So it's just Maxine Pace on all different platforms.
Super. Well, once again, well done on the
Thank
track.
you very much.
We're loving it and can't wait to see what's coming up next from Maxine Pace. Guys, if you like Lilai, if you want to find out more, check her out on all her socials. And as always, from myself and the team, have an evening full of lovin'.